Happy Friday! It's Friday. It's, what time it is? It is 5:40 p.m. I have finished work. I've put everything away for the weekend. Not that I'm ever really tempted to work on the weekend, but I put it away nonetheless. I got the big project that I was working on done. Well, the first part of it anyway. Like, it's done, ready for release, but really it's just like a part of a bigger picture, as most are. But that's done. I'm happy. I'm feeling good about it. And today is the day. I am going to start A Court of Silver Flames, and I'm so excited. This is probably 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks after it came out, so right on time. I'm really excited. I'm also nervous. So I'm nervous it's going to destroy me, because it probably will. I'm nervous someone might die. I'm nervous that, like, bad things might happen in this book. I mean, it's 750 pages. Bad things might happen in this book, and I don't know that I'm prepared for that. I've heard mixed reviews. Not like in-depth reviews, but just like musings, if you will. Mixed musings. But I'm so excited. I haven't been this excited for release in a long time. This one is about Nesta and Cassian. It's really all I know. I don't know anything else. Like, I know it's about them. I know it centers around them. I have heard it's gonna make me blush a lot, is what I've heard. So I'm not looking forward to that. I don't like those parts. They at least, okay, if they don't put plot in the middle of those things, then I can just skip through. Unfortunately, sometimes plot happens. There, I quoted it. There you go. Plot happens. So, I don't really like Nesta. I'll just be very honest. Don't really like her. Cassian I like a lot. I like Azriel. I hope he's in this a lot too. I love Feysand, Feysand, so should be a good time. I'm curious to see what happens with Lucian and Elaine, if anything. If there's another book, it'll probably center around them. But I don't know. I mean, these are all just things, thoughts that I have before even opening up this book. I'm very excited. Welcome to the start of another reading vlog. Let's start by saying I don't like that they changed cover art. I mean, the cover art is okay, but I don't like that they changed it. So the first ones, if you remember from my last vlogs, or if you have them, you know, they had Farah on the cover and she was in a dress and it's all beautiful and pretty. These ones are just not as attractive to me. Now, they do have the hardcovers they re-released of the series to match the gray and the masks. It's very tempting to get those because I like my books to match, but also, like, do I need to have more copies? No, I do not. And then the paperback have, like, these bright colors for, like, the background part, and then, like, this black, like, artwork or whatever. But anyway, observations. Okay, so here we go. Oh, that's nice. Ooh, we have an updated map. Ooh. Okay, this I like. Oh, I love this right here. That's really nice. I love that. I'm gonna have to study this map a little more. Okay. I'm gonna read now. See you soon. Hello. I have successfully read 50 pages of this book. I'm on chapter 4. It's good. I'm enjoying it. I know that we are setting up the story for things to happen. It's very interesting to see Nesta and like how she is dealing with the aftermath of the war, and we found out what it was like for her to go into the cauldron, so that was really interesting. Still very early stages of the book, but I am enjoying it so far. I'm going to take a little bit of a break because it is dinner time and WandaVision time, so we're going to go do that for a little bit and then I'll get back to reading. It was so good. So good. We want to rewatch the series. We are excited for the new set of Marvel movies that are going to come out. Maybe the shows. I mean, you kind of have to watch the shows to see if they'll tie into all the stuff, because that's usually what happens. But really, really good. I cried, of course. So that's the update. I'm going to heal from the emotional wound that just happened, and then I'll go read again. So, hello. Okay, so what I decided to do to recover from WandaVision is make brownies. I used some of my leftover Oreos and did like an Oreo macadamia nut brownie. Those are currently, those are currently cooling now, and so now I am ready to pick up the book again. Sorry, the camera was just all crazy just then. This has been a wonderful Friday night so far. I just can't. And like, it feels great because it feels like it's Saturday, but it's not Saturday. I have all day tomorrow for it to be Saturday. It's so great. That's how the days of the week work. So, okay, I'm gonna read page 68. That's all I have to say. This is not a good sign when things I don't like are happening on page 68 of a 750 page book. I think I'm in trouble. Hello, happy Saturday. It is like, I don't know, 4 or 5 o'clock. The day just flew by. Doesn't help that I got out of bed at like 11, but that's fine. I wasn't like, I didn't sleep in technically. Well, maybe I did. I slept until like 9 and then I just laid in bed on my phone, being really productive. I am on page 200 of my book, and oh my gosh, I'm getting like subtle Court of Mist and Fury vibes just because of the circumstances that are going on. You know, we've got Cassian trying to help Nesta out of this mental funk that she's in, but this time it's not like a team effort. Like, it's basically like on Cassian to pull Nesta out of the depths of despair and trauma that she is in, whereas with Feyre it was like a team effort. So that part's, I mean, I like that part because I liked that part of the other book, and I liked the banter between Feyre and Feysand. So we're starting to get like banter between Nesta and Cassian, but we're also getting lots of tensions. What happens as a result of those tensions, I'm not into. I'm gonna try not to comment on any more of those because we're on page 200 of a 750 page book. I know that there is more ahead, and it's gonna be a time. It's gonna be a time. So there's some interesting things happening, but really we are like in Cassian and Nesta's world. There's very little mention of Feysand or Feyre. There's some background plot going on with the human queens and dealing with, you know, just like the aftermath of the war that happened in the third book. We're still dealing with it. I think this is a year later, and they're still like putting things together and rebuilding, and we're getting snippets of what's going on with Tamlin in the spring court, and he's not doing well. Just a time. I might watch some TV. I'm not sure. Or I might continue to read. I'm not sure. I'm gonna get up from my station here and walk around a little bit. I gotta switch the laundry and stuff. And then see where my mood takes me. See, I also need to start dinner here in about an hour or so. We're having steak and asparagus, potatoes. It's gonna be good. So, see you in a bit. Decided to do a couple rounds of Mario Kart Tour and just kind of hang out with Drax because he has deemed this his spot. Got some dinner ready, just like the ingredients and stuff I'm gonna cook when my mom is done cooking her dinner. And yeah, that is the update. This is what we're doing. Making steak for dinner with a little bit of asparagus and some leftover onion. Put some chimichurri sauce over the top. This is just parsley, cilantro, avocado oil, salt, grated garlic, and red wine vinegar. And then I'm just letting that hang out. And I have carrots and Brussels and potatoes in the oven. Yum! Look at that. So good. Yes, there's a lot of food on my plate. Do I care? No. Hello friends. It's been a minute since the last time I picked up the camera. I don't know what that was. Yay. I need to update you on my reading. I'm at about page 525, 550, something like that of the book. And it's really good. I am very entertained. I'm reading it fairly quickly for me. I knew this book was about Cassian and Nesta. I knew it was about their story, mainly Nesta. I was never really the biggest fan of Nesta, and I don't know if that was intentional. I can appreciate who she is more now that I'm learning more about her and why she is the way that she is. I am surprised at the mental health issues that are in this book. A Court of Mist and Fury was, it did definitely explore like the trauma that Feyre and Feysand had experienced, mainly Feyre, and how she was coping and not coping with that. And then we got glimpses of Feysand's in his trauma, and we kind of saw like little glimpses of everybody, you know, in the court, the inner circle, just kind of little snippets of all their traumas and things that they experienced in life. I say this because I don't know why I'm that surprised that we're doing it again in this book, because Nesta definitely experienced a lot of trauma. I don't know why I'm surprised. I just am. I wasn't expecting it. I see the parallels between her story and Feyre's story, but Nesta's trauma, like, I don't want to say runs deeper because that takes away from Feyre's experience. Nesta like just didn't know how to cope with trauma at all, and so she turned to things like alcohol and other things. And it's very interesting. Like, it's, you know, we didn't spend a whole lot of time on that. We talked about it, we knew it was happening, and we all went into action to help her, right? And to watch her kind of work through that aspect, work through making friends, although I am suspect of one. I'm suspect of Gwen for some reason. I don't know why. Like, I just feel like I don't want to trust Gwen. I just don't. Sorry, I just don't. we'll see, like, if that's so unfounded or if that is just my Enneagram 6, like, coming out. We'll see. We just experienced, like, her kind of reaching a breaking point, and everything just kind of, like, came out, and it was heartbreaking. It was sad. I don't think it's affecting me as much as maybe some other people that have read the book already. I feel bad for Nesta. I empathize with Nesta. But because I didn't like her very much, I definitely detached myself from her in the first couple of books. So this book, now I'm supposed to grow this attachment to her, and it's really hard because she's very unpleasant in the first, 3 books, and she's unpleasant in the first part of this book. I do feel for her very much. My heart breaks for her. I'm looking forward to the growth that she's going to do in the next 200 pages of this book. We are nearing the end, folks. We're nearing the end. And I'm looking forward to seeing what happens now that we've kind of gotten to this point where hopefully maybe we will turn a corner and some healing and mending will happen. That would be really great. There's not enough of the other people in this book. Lucian's been mentioned every once in a while. We don't really care about that. Moore has only been mentioned a couple times so far. I miss Moore. I love Moore. The Morrigan is awesome. Feyre and Rhysand, not really in it that much. Az is like not in it. It's like it's so focused on Nesta and Cassian. The other books, other than the first one was very much Feyre and Tamlin. The second and the third, like the second was Feyre and Rhysand, but you met the rest of the Night Court. You met the rest of the Inner Circle. And then it was the Inner Circle plus her sisters. Well, in this one, I just feel like it's Nesta and Cassian, and everyone else kind of like pops in here and there. And I like this story best when it's more ensemble than just narrowed in on only 2 people and like only their story. So, and particularly when it's Nesta, because she's not my favorite. But it's still good. I'm still having a good time. I do really like being in this world. It's just fun and intriguing, and it's just entertaining. I do think that the author maybe not paralleled Nesta's exact experience with her own, but it does sound like Sarah J. Maas was dealing with some trauma and working through some things, and so while she was writing this book, and so I feel like that adds definitely some depth to it and a little bit of realness, because I do think that how Nesta is dealing with her trauma and healing and characteristics that she has, I think is realistic, minus all the powers and stuff. But I do think that part is realistic. I do think people, if they want to shut off their emotion, they will find ways to do so, and she certainly did that. But to some of the more action plots, we have discussed, like, there was some foreshadowing with the Valkyrie and Pegasus and things like that, and I think this part of the book, because of what it's named, part 3 is named something in particular, and I don't want to tell you because it was kind of cool to turn the page and see what she named part 3. But I'm interested to see how she ties those kinds of stories into this one. But I can't stop thinking about Thor at the same time, and let me tell you, I keep thinking about the gal that played the Valkyrie in Thor Ragnarok, and if the Valkyrie do not live up to it in this book, like, she's gonna lose me. So just nerd talk here. So that's the update. It's Wednesday afternoon. I'm working from home today. I'll be working from home the rest of the week. I'm going to stop this break, finish up some more work, and then read a little bit more. Hopefully I'll finish it today. I say that, y'all, every time I say that, I never finish it. I really need to learn just to stop speaking it out because it just never happens. But hopefully I do. The problem with finishing it today is I don't know what to read next. So we'll see. Anyway, that's my update for you so far. I hope you're having a good day. I'll see you in a little bit. Hello. Okay, so it's 6:40, and wouldn't you know, me and this guy may have taken a little bit of a nap. Just saying. So we took a little nap. And now I'm getting ready to cook dinner. We are having enchiladas. I've shown them before, but I've got my tortillas. I got some shredded chicken in there. Already laid out some enchilada sauce. So I'm just gonna roll them up, put them in, and cover them with cheese. After dinner, I do plan on reading. I plan on reading after work, but clearly sleep determined otherwise. So I'm gonna get dinner ready. Then I'm going to feed the boy because he is staring at me. You wanna say hi? You wanna say hi? And bon appetit. Yum, yum. The enchiladas are so spicy. I can't eat anymore. I ate like 2. I'm gonna die. Ice cream. Everybody's friend when the enchilada sauce is too spicy. Oh my gosh, it's so spicy. Mmm. Hi everybody. Thursday. We're here because I did not finish the book last night. Are we surprised? No, we're not, because that is what we do here. So, did, however, read about 100 pages last night. Very good. Very, very good. I mean, I guess that's how most books go when you're like nearing the end and coming together and being crazy, and some revelations. Suspicions that I had were proven correct about Cassie and Anesta. Saw it coming a mile away. She's still dealing with her own issues, so things don't necessarily always go as well as possible. Sorry about the outside shenanigans. Something that I should have known was coming, like the foreshadowing was there, like I should have known. I mean, I kind of thought something might happen, but I didn't think what did happen happened. I don't want to tell you because it's like, I don't want to take away. I wish I knew if any of you were going to read this book or have already read, because I would just like talk about it. But we're currently on chapter 67, so if you've read it, you know what's happened so far. This part's going to be really good. I can already tell it's going to be a wild ride for sure. And I'm at the last 100 pages of the book. Are we going to get a wrap up? Like, is everything going to fall into place and we're going to get a conclusion and we're good? Or are we going to be left on like a little lingering cliffhanger? I can tell you though, with 100 pages left in the book, I don't necessarily need another Cassian and Nesta centered book. Sorry, not sorry. I don't necessarily need it. Like, I'm good. I'm happy with how things are going for them so far. But again, as like BA as Nesta is and can be, like with her powers, she's not my favorite. I don't necessarily enjoy, like in my life, people that constantly just like make things uneasy. And I understand that part of that is her own brokenness and people's own brokenness and stuff, but that's why I don't like Nesta that much, because every time she was around made it just really uneasy, and I don't like that feeling like normally. So when I'm reading in a book, I'm still not going to gravitate towards that. So, but I do enjoy like her journey and her growth and who she's becoming. I like that she's been able to make friends and all that stuff. Sorry, I keep cutting my head off. All that is good. I do plan on finishing this book tonight. It's 100 pages. We ordered sushi for dinner, so we're waiting for that to arrive. That should be here soon. So I'm gonna get started and read a little bit before it gets here. We're coming to the end, guys. And I don't know what to expect the last 100 pages. Like I don't know if I'm ready, but I am ready. I'm ready but not ready. Like I love this world and these people and these characters, and I just enjoy reading about them. I don't want it to end, but I'm ready for it to end. And it's just a struggle. Okay. See you soon. Well, I did it. I completed A Court of Silver Flames, and it was really good. I enjoyed it. It was very entertaining. There obviously were parts that I did not like. We've discussed those. But overall, I really enjoyed it. The last 200 pages are very good. Not necessarily as good as the last few hundred pages of Echo Math, but still very good. So I don't know, I'm gonna rate this maybe like a 4.5. It's definitely not the same level for me as Echo Math is, but it's still very, very good. I did enjoy it more than Echo War, so there's that for you. I think I said this the other day, but I do appreciate just like the journey that Nesta had in this book, and that we saw her really learn to develop coping mechanisms for like her trauma and her issues. And I thought that that was really important to do, because you don't always see characters develop their coping mechanisms, right? So that was really great. I have to switch arms. This book is heavy. I do feel like the climax of the book was kind of, it was like really quick. Like she like did her thing and then it was over. And I was like, oh, okay. And although it was really like epically cool, it was still just very quick and kind of like an easy way out of that situation. I feel like that, you know, kind of issue brewing in the background wasn't necessarily the focal point of this book, hence it being in the background. So I guess it's okay that we kind of just like zoomed right through it, but at the same time we know it's not done. Like obviously, you know, that wasn't end boss, right? It was really good. I'm interested to see what happens with Nesta next, but I don't necessarily need another book centered around her and Cassian. I'd love to move on to Elaine and hopefully Az. That would be amazing. That would be so amazing, but we'll see what happens there. I also want to know like what happened with Moore. I feel like Moore was doing stuff and she was hardly in the book. Would love to have known more about the other characters. I hope that Feyre and Rhysand take a bigger role in the next books. Hopefully there are more books, because I feel like their presence is, at least for me, needed and it was missed, and I'd like to see more of them because I love them very much. I like the fact that I had a book that I was excited to read, excited to come home and read, and everything about what I was doing was about when I was next going to read this book. So I like that. I'm already looking forward to my next reread of this series. Not gonna lie. I don't know, like, I don't know if I'd do it this year, but at the same time, it's only March, so there's lots of time left to do a reread, but maybe this is like a once a year thing. I don't know. Wouldn't it be great if we had another one next year? Oh my gosh. I enjoyed it. It was a good time. It was fun. A little spicier than I would have liked. Some parts I feel like were unnecessary. I still am like suspect of Gwen. It's not right of me to be suspect of her. I know. But something about her, like, I don't entirely trust. But I think that's also my Enneagram 6 coming through. So that's it. That's the update for my Court of Rings and Court of Silver Flames vlog. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you joining me during this read. Please let me know in the comments below if you've read this, how you liked it, but no spoilers, because I tried really hard not to give anything vital away. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.